Hello, hope y'all are doing well today. So I wanted to make a video. I know today is Saturday, so I don't want to talk too much, but I wanted to just quickly talk about what I see happening in the world and some of the trends that we have currently going on in cryptocurrency. So right now, I know there's a lot of news going on about the war right now, and it's of course impacting some of our cryptocurrencies, and it's really unfortunate about what's going on in the rest of the world. But we can see how this is creating some opportunities that are good times to be buying up the fear. And recently we've had a pretty big dip here in Caspa, and I've been waiting for an opportunity like this for a while to pick up more Caspa at a lower price. And right now, yesterday we had this big move all the way down to around 10 cents. It got down as low as 10 cents, which I was grateful to see this. And so I knew I was like I could feel like this was the best time to start averaging into this. So I started to pick up some more Caspa, and I think that if we look at the peak of where it tops was around 21 cents. I think from here it's a good 2x from where it currently is at 11 cents. And I think that going into next year, into December, once we kind of get past elections, and elections can create a lot of uncertainty because um, we don't know what kind of policies and things that could be in place for our cryptocurrencies, but um, we're going to see a lot of uncertainty during this time until we get past, I think, this coming month. And then once we do, I think we should start to see a lot more. Um, we should see a lot more conviction going forward into Ethereum and Bitcoin. And for me, I see Caspa as a great opportunity to start pretty much just buying the fear and positioning myself, also getting my portfolio in a way that's more stable, and also just diversifying outside of meme coins. And I think, meme coins are my favorite category, but I do think that it's important to manage your risk and be diversified, and not just, you don't want to just be all in on on one or two on specific categories, I would say. So I think it's important to kind of diversify. And for me, I think Caspa is probably, I think, the best long-term play, and I think that going into later next year, we should see a lot of new. I think we're going to see Caspa delivering a lot on a lot of their promises, and this is going to be, for me, I think, one of the best long-term plays that I'll be positioning myself into as we go into the bull run. And so I also wanted to talk about some trends that we're seeing. Like, we have um, some of these trending coins here, and we can see one of the real popular coins that we're seeing right now is called Gotius Maximus, and it's a really interesting project because it was developed and created by artificial intelligence. And you can look up, Gotius Maximus and look up the story. I think it's actually really interesting to kind of study what this has created, and it's pretty much created this kind of new narrative of AI created tokens that are kind of self-automated. And what we're seeing with this particular coin, this is uh, a Twitter account or an X account called Truth Terminal, and what it is it's using an LLM, and it's a large language model that is writing these tweets similar to ChatGPT, and it's spitting these out to X, and we can see how every few hours it's coming up with a new tweet. And this is interesting because it's now, kind of a self-automated way of shilling projects, and we can see how powerful this has been. I mean, this market cap is over close to $1 billion, and this coin has only been out for a few weeks, since October 14th. So I think this is one of the most insane stories I've ever heard of crypto going from a price like this, to see price action like this, and to see how it's still, it just seems like it's not stopping. It's just on this massive run, and to me, you want to ask yourself why. How is a coin like this exploding to such crazy price action? And it's hard to understand. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I think this is creating a new narrative, and which something we might be seeing becoming more maybe popular as we come into next year. I think it could be maybe a pattern that we start to see emerge, and I think it could be a good idea to start keeping some of these on your watch list, to just have an idea of some other narratives that could be emerging, and that could be some good opportunities to find other narratives that you could be diversifying into. But also, for me personally, at this moment, I'm not going to be participating in this coin or in this kind of narrative until I start to see more of a pattern emerging. And I think that this isn't going to be where I'm going to be putting money at the moment. I think there's too much attention, obviously, on this. Who knows, at any moment this coin could go to nothing. But overall, I think it's important to be aware of what's happening in crypto and the narratives that are starting to emerge. And for me, I think that I believe that the Pepe narrative is going to be the strongest narrative going into 2025, and especially when we start to see Pepe start to do another run. And obviously it's been consolidating here for a couple months now, and I think once we get closer to next year, we're going to start to see it do some more of its surprising moves, and it seems like when you least expect it, Pepe takes off. So for me, I think Pepe is going to be here for a long time, and it's up there with the big dogs like Doge and Shiba Inu. And I don't see that this narrative is just going to disappear. So I think for me, I'll be looking into other Pepe related coins, which brings me to talking about Baby Pepe, which is something I think that if you're new to crypto, and if you're looking for a Pepe variation, I think that this could be a very promising project to be putting on your watch list. And go check out their socials, and you can get an idea of the community that's behind Baby Pepe. And I think you'll start to see how powerful I believe that this community is. And I think that going into 2025, this is going to be one of those great plays I think that you'll want to position yourself in, especially before we see it get above 100 million market cap. And I think right now we're sitting at a 10 million market cap, and I think that people are starting to wake up to the idea of Baby Pepe being a pretty much like a leverage play against Pepe. And a lot of these boys club coins like Brett and Landwolf and Andy as well. So I think once we get further into the year, I do think that people will start to see Baby Pepe as a good area to start positioning themselves into. Um, for me, though, I think I'm personally waiting to see if maybe we get more of a pullback on Baby Pepe, but I do like to see that we're starting to get new holders are coming into Baby Pepe. We're starting to see more kind of distribution among new holders, which is really nice to see. And this kind of dip that we had here was really nice. It gave a lot of new people an opportunity to jump in and buy Baby Pepe at a cheaper price. So I think, what I would personally be doing is putting this on my watch list, see if, when there might be some better opportunity to jump into this, I would be, just keeping an eye on it. And overall, if you're interested, you can check out the Twitter. Go check out the website if you'd like as well. The Twitter is really, or the X account is going to give you a good idea of what kind of community we have, what kind of things that they're working towards right now. One of the reasons why people are, why I really like this project is because we can see here the contract address is very similar to the original Pepe, which I know a lot of people talk about. But we can see it's OX69 Babe, and we also have a website too. One of the things I really like about this coin is that they did buy the domain name for Baby Pepe, which is babypepe.com now. They're working on getting the website completed, which is going to be a really good, which is going to be a great milestone for this project. Mainly because the original Pepe is just pepe.com. So once we get to be able to just type in Baby Pepe, that's going to be amazing to have, because really no other Baby Pepe coin that's trying to maybe do the same thing as this Baby Pepe, they're not going to be able to take that away from this community. So I think that that is one of the reasons that makes me so excited to be a part of this project. Another thing that I want to talk about as well, if you're new and you don't know anything about Baby Pepe, if you look at what we had happen in the last bull run with kind of a variation of what Baby Pepe is, we have Baby Dogecoin, which is a variation of what Dogecoin is, and this coin did extremely well during the bull run of 2021. And currently we're sitting at a market cap of 400 million, and the current market cap of Dogecoin is 20 billion. So I think that it's very possible that we could see something like what happened with Baby Dogecoin happen with Baby Pepe coin. And with the market cap sitting at 390 million currently, and we're not even into the bull run of next year, I honestly, I really believe that we could see Baby Pepe do pretty much a Baby Doge, and I think it's very likely that that could happen, especially when I think the FOMO kicks in and people might start to realize that they missed out on a lot of the gains that were made on Pepe, and you're going to start to hear more of these stories of people who became millionaires off of Pepe coin and other Pepe related coins. They're going to be trying to find the next variation or the closest thing to what Pepe is, and I think Baby Pepe is a no-brainer to me, and I think it's the easiest narrative for people to follow, and especially when the market cap is this low. I think people are gonna realize, like, wow, this just makes sense. This is an obvious play, and it's also on Ethereum as well. So I think a lot of people aren't going to want to deal with doing all the complicated things of having to swap over to other chains. There are other Baby Pepes. There's a Baby Pepe on Binance. There's also another Baby Pepe, I think, on Ethereum. But this is, to me, the strongest community and for a Baby Pepe coin right now, and I don't think that there's really anything else that's going to be able to replace this one. And I think as long as the community is working hard and people are sharing the project and talking about it, making videos for it, making content for it, telling their friends and their family about it, I don't see how this is going to not do well coming into 2025. And I think that other people are going to wake up to it, and as we can see, how quickly this dip got bought up by new holders, I think that we're going to start to see a lot of people starting to wake up to how Baby Pepe is going to be a great play for other people who are trying to um, either they may have not been able to buy Pepe and they're looking for another variation of Pepe. So I think that Baby Pepe is pretty much a no-brainer to me at this point. And that's pretty much all I want to talk about or say about Baby Pepe right now. But I want to also talk about one other coin that I really like as well. Now, there was some confusion in my last video where I know people were confused as to which Brett I was talking about. I should have been more clear about it. But right now, we do have two, we do have Brett on base, and I really do like Brett on base. I do think it has a lot of potential as well going into 2025, and I think that it's going to have its advantages compared to Brett on Ethereum. But I do think that Brett on Ethereum, for me personally, I think it's going to offer more of a return, and I think that long term, I think that for me, I like Ethereum over the base chain network, but it's everyone has their preferences, and I think that the base chain does have its advantages because it has lower fees, and I think that there's a strong community obviously behind base chain, and the Coinbase itself is such a huge um, there's such a big community behind people who use Coinbase, so I know obviously that's a big advantage to Coinbase. But I think for me, Brett on Ethereum makes sense too because there's going to be so much liquidity on Ethereum, and there already obviously is so much money in Ethereum. And to me, seeing that Pepe is also on Ethereum, I think that it's. I saw a post that someone made that Pepe or is Brett on Ethereum is just one swap away, pretty much from Pepe, and Pepe is just one swap away from Brett on Ethereum. So pretty much, it's all you need to do if you wanted to swap for Brett on Ethereum. If you have Ethereum, you just swap for Brett on Ethereum. If you have Pepe, you can just easily swap for Brett on Ethereum, right? And I think that that's also something um, that I like, and I think the simplicity of it is what I'm looking for, and I think that that's something that's easy for people to follow, and especially like big whales that have $100,000 or more in Pepe coin. They're going to feel like more comfortable, I would say, swapping on the same chain, and so that's why I think that Brett on Ethereum to me is going to be long term, I think is going to have a lot of promise, and I think we're going to start to see a lot more whales come into this and see the potential. We already are having people who are whales come into Brett on Ethereum. You can see we had a pretty big run from here, and since I've been watching it all the way before it was even listed on CoinMarketCap, um, I've seen how hard the community is working. I've seen how passionate they are in getting the word out about Brett on Ethereum, and we've seen what Brett on Base has done. We've seen how high Brett on Base went, and we already know about the Boys Club narrative. And to me, I think that this has so much potential. I think that once we get closer to maybe October of next year, we could, uh, who knows, we could likely we saw what happened with Brett. We saw what happened with Nero coin and how there was two competing Nero coins. And I'm not trying to like create controversy between Brett ETH or Brett Base, but we did see how I mean both of those did well depending on when of course you got into those projects, but overall it seemed to me like the one that performed the best was of course um, if you don't know, I should let me pull up that because I think that's an interesting thing to talk about. We had two different competing Nero coins. We had the first Nero on Ethereum, which is a true CTO, that's a true community takeover, and then we also had Nero Ethereum. And Binance pretty much came out with some news stating that they didn't want to be listing these kind of cabal kind of coins. They want to be involved with true CTO coins, and something that I think is important that helps people feel, that they're in a safer uh, project is by having diversification and allowing the project to develop over time. So, and also allowing, an opportunity for distribution of the coin to get among a lot of holders. That does help to reduce the chances of like the coin being, uh, it reduces the chances, of having just one person own such a large percentage of the coin, which they could pretty much sell on you at any point. I know that some of these influencers are going to tell you, oh, it's a good thing to have um, some of these influencers holding like such a large percentage of the coin. Some people are holding up to 5 or 10% of a particular meme coin, and they're saying that that's a promising thing because it allows to have stability. But overall, it's very high risk because, of course, like any of us, we're in it to make money, and at any point, these groups of people who are influencers that have a large portion of any particular meme coin, they pretty much have control over how to paint an illusion of the coin. So I think what we see with Brett on Ethereum, we've seen so much time that has been allowed to develop with this coin. If you go look on Dex Screener, you can see how this coin has been here for since last year of 2023, around the time that Pepe coin was created. And so we've had a lot of time for new people to come in and have an opportunity to buy at really low prices. And I think that's what's going to be very attractive to large exchanges like Binance and even Coinbase. So for me, I think holding Brett on Ethereum, I like this coin, I like this project, I like what the community is doing, and I think long term, I feel like this is a good opportunity to be averaging into a strong CTO uh, project like Brett on Ethereum. But I do think that going forward, I do believe that Brett on Base and Brett on Ethereum are still going to do extremely well. I think that they're both going to have um, very promising returns, and I'm looking forward, to seeing the communities develop for each of those, and of course, Baby Pepe as well. And um, I think I'm just going to end the video here. I hope this was kind of insightful, or maybe gave you some education into these two projects, and uh, I'll hope to see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.